Top talker. Today, Chief Justice John Roberts confirmed that the leaked draft opinion on Roe v. Wade is real. He's now ordered an investigation into who may have leaked it.
Yeah, this is just a monster story. The document suggests that U.S. Supreme Court is leaning towards overturning the landmark case that legalized abortion nationwide.
A lot of people want to know what's next legally on this topic. Our legal expert, Stephanie Haney, joins us to break it all down. So let's start with the significance of this leaked draft. Obviously, this is not anything that I've ever heard of happening, but since it's something so big, I think a lot more attention is being paid to this.
You're right about that. This is not something that we are used to seeing, ever used to seeing it. So this draft opinion, which was drafted by Justice Samuel Alito, as written and with majority support, which is key, that would overturn Roe versus Wade. But writing these drafts is part of the process for all Supreme Court opinions. And yes, we usually do not see this stage, but they are always circulated after hearing a case, and the members of the court then debate and share their thoughts with each other. And here's the thing to remember here. A draft is a draft. When Chief Justice John Roberts confirmed this as an authentic document today, he said as much. He said this is not final, and it certainly could become final, but it's not final right now. So we have to wait and see.
Yeah, also, the Supreme Court isn't set to release their final opinion on this until the end of their session, which it varies. It could be June, could be early July by the time we actually hear about it. It seems highly unlikely that a justice in such a high-profile case would change their opinion. But it's not unprecedented, rare, but not unprecedented. So what are the possible outcomes? What are some scenarios that you could see playing out in this?
Well, here's the thing, too, is we don't normally see this process, so anything can happen. We don't necessarily know how people are changing their minds throughout this process, and we don't know the motivation of the person who released this. And again, a draft is a draft, and this is always part of the process of deciding a case before the Supreme Court. Now, one possibility is Alito actually doesn't have the support of 4 more justices. Now, in that case, Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey would be upheld. Now, another possibility is 4 more justices agree with Alito about upholding the Mississippi law at the base of this, restricting abortion, but the justices don't agree on the reasoning. So there is no majority opinion in that case. And in that instance, Roe versus Wade and the Casey case, again, upheld. But it's also possible that the draft opinion, it could get published as it is with the 4 reported justices agreeing. And in that case, Roe v. Wade is struck down, and that's removing constitutional protection and access to abortion. So as of right now, Roe v. Wade is still good law and abortion is legal, but each state can restrict that right to varying degrees.
So Roe v. Wade is the federal level abortion law. And then below that, each state kind of has their own way of doing things, which we're now finding more and more of a thing. So if this is all overturned or if it's upheld, what does all this mean for Ohio?
Here is the key takeaway for Ohio here. If Roe versus Wade is overturned, Ohio will almost certainly make ending a pregnancy illegal, and they will do it very quickly. They, as in our legislature here. Because Ohio's so-called heartbeat law is currently being challenged in court based on Roe, and without Roe, those challenges fail, and the law would immediately take effect, and that's banning abortion as early as 6 weeks after conception. There are also these things called trigger laws, and there are laws that some states already have passed that will immediately outlaw abortion if Roe is overturned. Now, Ohio doesn't have a law passed, but it has some pending in our legislature, and they would easily pass with Republican supermajority in our state. And Ohio's would make it a crime for doctors to perform abortions with no exceptions for conceptions by rape or incest. So states that will quickly or immediately outlaw abortion are seen here on your screen, and that's surrounding states here except for Pennsylvania. You can see that map on your screen right there. That also includes Michigan and Kentucky. So what we need to keep in mind here is this is the action of our legislatures. This is an important takeaway. So whether you agree with or you disagree with the possibility of abortion rights being overturned, it is important to know the possible results and what our representatives are doing here. And, you know, the way we give them performance reviews is with our vote, and there's nothing more timely to talk about on primary day than making sure you get out there and vote your interests.
Yeah, a lot of people are watching this one very, very closely, and we'll continue to update the story as we get the developments. Stephanie, thanks. Appreciate it.